Namaste yogis. It's day 2 of our journey to yoga, and today we're going to start in a seated position. So just come to a nice comfortable seat. Just use whatever props you need to get nice and comfortable, and close your eyes. So we take these first few moments of the class. It's time really to arrive on your mat. Just checking in with your experience right now. So physically, how does the body feel? What sensations are present? Emotionally, just asking yourself, how am I doing right now? Energetically, how do you feel? Mentally, is the mind spacious or busy or something else? So we just use this time just to check in with no judgment. And then resting your awareness on your breath. So noticing firstly, where is the breath most apparent right now? And what is your experience of your breath? What is its quality and its rhythm? Does the breath move easily through you, or is it restricted in some way? So just observing your breath as it is for the next 4 rounds of breath. A round is an inhale, the natural pause, an exhalation, and the pause. And after you've completed your 4 rounds, we just take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. So what would you like to take away from the practice today? And then we make our way onto hands and knees. So spreading your fingers, we come into this tabletop. Spreading your fingers, middle finger is going to face forward. The knees are directly underneath your hips. Press into your knuckles, press into your finger pads here. If it's uncomfortable for your hands to be here flat on the floor, you can take them slightly forward of the shoulders here. So arriving in your tabletop. And on your inhale, we begin to let the chest rise and the tailbone rise as we open up the front of your spine. And then wait for your exhalation, draw the belly in, chin moves towards your chest as you press up through the center of your spine. And we'll just complete this movement 3 more times. So begin with the breath, lifting the chest and the tailbone. Wait for your exhalation and round into the back of the body, creating space between each vertebrae. So inhale, lengthen the front of your spine. Exhale, round, create space in the back of the body. Just 1 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll continue again with the first part. So as you inhale, lift the chest and tailbone. But this time as you exhale around the spine, we begin to bring the hips back towards the heels. So begin to press back into your cat pose and bring the hips back as far as they can go comfortably. So if they're here and they're above the floor, that's fine. If you can reach all the way down, go ahead. And then wait for your next inhalation, coming back onto hands and knees. Lift the chest and the tailbone. Waiting for your exhalation, moving cat. Press up through the center of the spine, hips back towards the heels. We'll just do this 2 more times. Wait for the inhalation, moving forward into this upward facing cat. Wait for the exhalation, rounding the spine, hips back towards the heels. And again. And then we'll come all the way back as far as comfortable for you. So if the hips, when we start yoga, often the hips are away from the heels here, you can place a cushion here. Just come back to whatever's comfortable. And we'll walk our right hand out to the right hand side, not too far, just so we can begin to feel a stretch as we place the left hand on top of the right hand. From here, press your hips back as far as they can go. So either on a cushion here, underneath your sit bones. Bring your ears in line with your arms or near enough to here. And our focus here is to just feel the side body. So the left side of the body from your left wrist all the way into your left hip. So we just soften, just arrive into your version of this shape. And then focus on what you're feeling. And then we slowly walk our hands back to the center and bring your left hand out to the left hand side. Again, not too far. And place your right hand on top of it. Keeping your arms straight, ears in line with your upper arms. We press back from your right wrist into the right hip and then soften. Again, just breathe into the sensations you're feeling along the right side of the body here. And then we slowly bring our hands back to the center, making our way back into tabletop. Our focus here is the shoulders. We're coming into this melting heart pose. We'll take your left hand and bring it behind the right heel of the hand so that the left elbow comes to the floor, directly underneath your left shoulder. Walk your right hand forward, straight out from the shoulder. Keep that arm nice and straight. Spread the fingers, press into the knuckles of your hands. Bring your right ear in line with your right upper arm, and from this right wrist, lift up underneath your armpit, press out through the right hip. So once again, we're getting a side body stretch here, but the focus is very much underneath the arms, getting into the shoulder joint. Soften the chest, the heart down towards the floor, and just breathe into the sensations you're feeling. So there's no need to create big fancy poses, as beautiful as they look. Yoga is about attention and awareness. We only need to move into a shape to experience our bodies, and then practice resting your awareness there. In the beginning, it's quite natural for awareness to be quite scattered. And not just the beginning, it's part of our human nature. So we might start thinking of something else and leaving the room entirely. But the practice is a practice of coming back to what you're feeling in the body. So we'll just take 2 more breaths here into the right side, into your experience. And then we'll walk your right hand back, coming back into tabletop pose. And we'll do the same to the other side now. So the right hand slides right up to the heel of the left hand, the right elbow underneath the right shoulder. And we'll walk our hands straight out from there, pressing down into your finger pads and the knuckles of that left hand. Lift up the elbow slightly underneath the arm and bring your left ear in line with your left upper arm. And from your left wrist, press out through your left hip. So create some length here, feel your edge, and then soften into it. Just staying very present with your experience. And now slowly walking that left hand back, coming back into your tabletop pose here and spreading your fingers. We're going to come up into a pose called downward facing dog, Ardha Muktanasana. We'll tuck our toes under and then begin to lift your sit bones high. So your sit bones are those bony protrusions that we sit on in the chair. So lift them nice and high. Press your chest back towards your thighs here. Keep your knees deeply bent. And then take your gaze between your ankles and then notice, are the ankles and knees the same distance apart? That's what we're looking for. Pressing into the knuckles of your hands, the index finger, the thumb, grounding down through your hands. If you can, begin to straighten one leg. So it doesn't matter if the heel reaches the floor, just that you feel nice stretch into that left leg. And then bend the left leg, and we'll do the same to the right. And then bend the right leg and look at the space between your hands. Come up high on your toes and walk your feet all the way forward to arrive in between your hands here. Take as many steps as you need to. Feet are hip distance apart, so outer edges of the feet are lined up with the hips, and we'll just allow the upper body to drape down here. Begin to move and shift your weight from the heels to the balls of the feet, and then over to the right foot and left, and then settle over the center of each foot. Gently nodding the head yes and no, just to let go of any holding, any tension in the neck. Let the arms be heavy here. Now press into your feet. Use your core muscles to move up nice and slowly. Inhaling. Letting the head come up last. And as you exhale, take your shoulders down your back. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. And then exhale to release them down. Take your hands to your heart in prayer position. Soften your knees. Inhale, open up your arms, look up. Take your hands together, and as you exhale, fold forward, back into your forward fold. Take your fingers to the floor. Inhale, slide them halfway up your legs. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Look up, take your hands together, and exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And once we arrive here in Tadasana mountain pose, just close your eyes. Press into the four corners of each foot. So that's the base of the little toe, the base of the big toe, the inner and outer heel. So as you ground down through those 4 points, see if you can lift the arches of your feet. Engaging your lower legs, engaging your thighs, lengthening both sides of your waist. Your chest is expansive, shoulders relaxed. And lift up from the top of your ears. We're going to make our way back down to the floor so that we can have a little twist before we come to our final relaxation. So place your feet on the floor, scoot your hips all the way in towards your heels, and come down to the floor. So once you arrive on the floor, we're going to take our feet nice and wide today. So for windscreen wipers, we're going to take our arms a little bit away from the body. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears and the head is comfortable on the floor here. Take an in-breath to start. And as you exhale, just drop the knees to the right-hand side. Just let them fall. Just notice how they feel. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. This time we're going to hold them there. Just let them fall. If it's comfortable, lift the head slightly, turn the gaze to the left and place it back on the floor. Just feeling the twist working through the body here. So where do you feel it the most? Inhale slowly with awareness back to center. And as you exhale, drop both legs over to the left-hand side. You can either keep your head in the center or lift it, turn the gaze slightly to the right, place it back down. Again, notice what is your experience here. And then inhale back to center. So with each practice, we try and move the spine in all directions. So that's a forward fold, a back bend, some side bends, and a twist. Sometimes we do them in our warm-ups, and other time they're deeper into the practice. So I think today we've already done a forward fold and a twist and a side bend. So we just want to finish off with a little back bend. This is your bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So the back of the shoulders are on the floor. So we did this moving yesterday. Press down into the four corners of your feet so you're not gripping with your toes. Keep your knees in line with your hips here so the knees are not falling in or out. We're engaging the inner thighs as we lift the hips up. You can either keep your arms on the floor here, just pressing down into your hands like a lever, or you can walk your hands underneath your back if you have the space, interlace the fingers, bring the heels of the hands together and press your arms down into the floor like a lever as you lift the hips up, engaging the glute muscles here, gently pressing into the back of the head and the shoulders. There should be no discomfort in the neck here. So using discomfort in the neck as a little guide to move out of the posture. We'll take one more breath in here, inhale, and as you exhale, release the hands if they're interlaced and slowly bring the hips to the floor. Again, before we finish off with our cannonball, just checking in, how does the body feel right now? Perhaps you may be able to feel the prana, the life force, the chi, energy, moving more efficiently through the body. Bringing the knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs. So firstly, just feeling the back of the body on the floor here. And on your next exhale, chin to chest, nose to knee. You're going to squeeze and tighten everything and hold. And as you exhale, soften and release. And we arrive into your final posture, into Shavasana. So coming into whatever shape works for you, that you can arrive into comfortably. So for many, it's not comfortable to stretch the legs out because there can be a lot of discomfort in the lower back. So if that's the case, you can take your feet nice and wide and just let the knees fall in towards each other. Take the arms away from the body, back of the hands on the floor. Or coming into that more traditional Shavasana. Just taking a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale from the base of the throat, just one more like this, a deep breath in through the nose, filling up. exhale from the back of the throat. Just allowing the full weight of your body to be supported here. So just giving yourself permission to be held. Just giving yourself permission to relax, to let go. Giving the body time to absorb the benefits of your practice. And directing your internal gaze to that space between your eyebrows. Feel your body breathing, no effort. Feel your body being breathed. And now inviting a deeper breath into your body. Inviting some movement into your hands, your feet. And a fuller body stretch, whatever way feels right for you right now. So maybe reaching your arms overhead and taking a yawn or a sigh or some sound that may want to escape here. And then we'll place our feet back on the floor, hip distance apart, rolling onto your right side. So you can use your right hand as a little pillow here as you come onto your right side. Or if you've got a little cushion, you can place it underneath your ear. If you've got a little blanket, just cover yourself here. Just checking in with the body as you arrive on the right side. So in my traditional or regular classes, I always read at the end of the class. So I opened this book today to see what reading is suitable for today. Embrace life's mystery. Embrace the mystery of life. You don't need to know everything in your head. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need an instruction sheet or a set of rules. You don't need all the answers. Let yourself experience life. Hang on to the handlebars when you must. But as much as possible, put your hands in the air and enjoy the ride. Feel everything you need to feel along the way. Feel the fear, the joy, the exhilaration. Feel the wind in your hair and the sun on your shoulders. Feel the vitality of life surge through you. See vitality and life in all that's around you. Watch the magical journey of your life unfold with all its ups and downs. Feel the awareness surge up from deep within. Grasp the insights that come. Embrace the mystery of life. Embrace the mystery and the magic of you. And so when you're ready, we'll slowly, mindfully, just press yourself to a comfortable seated position. And once you arrive here, we'll take your hands back to heart center, Anjali Mudra, prayer position at the heart. in your mind's eye, just rest your awareness at the base of your spine. And as you inhale, draw your breath all the way up your spine to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, first bow to your heart for showing up, and to each other on this practice. Namaste.